Have you ever had a friend that always come to you for throwing emotional frustration or negative feeling to you and then just disappear and then just get back only for sharing this negative emotional and information? I was thinking about this recently, that how this kind of friendship drain my energy. Like sometimes I felt that I am like a mental rubbish bin for a couple of people because I allowed myself, other people come to me to just share their negative and like a frustration in their life, not the positive side. Maybe because I allowed that. So, but recently, because the internet and the work and the busy life didn't left space to share with this kind of people. So this I cut and I stopped talking and end some relationship and friendship with people that I know for a long time. I end the friendship that I know for 20 years or longer because I realized that this kind of friendship is not healthy and it's gonna affect all my life. Uh, Maybe also the age helped me to do that because before it was like something it couldn't come to my mind because then I'd be alone and that was not acceptable. But now I am totally fine with that. But when I was thinking about this mental rubbish bin, or in the academic maybe they call it emotional dumping, but a bit different than I would say a bit different than what I mean, because emotional dumping it mean only people that refuse to listen to you, even if you could give them solutions, which is true. But even they listen to you and you give them solutions, the friendship is not about only give solutions and helping people. I don't think this is the good way of thinking about it. It's kind of you need to, especially if you're older age, around more older than 30, you need people that are taking their responsibility first, individual responsibility and accountability, and they share with you things that's gonna improve your life and also their life. You're gonna help them and they're gonna help you, of course, but you have to be sure or have that feeling that they do all they want to do or need to do for their problems, and then they share it with you. So I was thinking, I was relating some topics to these problems. For example, I was linking this topic with the topic that Yuval Noah Harari, the Israeli philosopher, was talking about, which he called it dataism. He understand the human history from data perspective. So he believed that human and nations are, you can understand them as a data processor. So all history you can understand from as a data processor, human and nations. So if they are good in data processing, they can progress, and if they are not, they even that can be in the danger of like not existing or existential danger for the for the health or the just survival. So even he used it for the individual and also nation. Even he used it for nation. For example, he reasoning that uh, Soviet Union collapse and Western countries continues not because of the military advances in Western countries, but because the Soviet Union were not good in processing information as a central government, but in Western societies, they are good in processing information, not in the central way, but in more uncentral way. And also human. So human was good as an individual, processing information and listening to stories of other people, just to avoid the stupid mistakes that gonna affect their survival. They're gonna die if they don't have information how to survive in certain situation. So I was thinking that, and also related and link it to millennial, because I'm millennial. I'm 39, and we grew up before the internet, and we remember how the life is before internet. So before internet, as like a biological things, human tend to listen more to other stories, friend stories, family stories, because this story is gonna teach us how to deal with the problems and struggles that we have in our life. So you as always, I think, millennial more eager to listen to others, to learn about their stories. Sometimes gossip, but in the end, they want to learn to, yeah, because the life was so slow, and you don't have, you can't live others' lives, and you have one life, so you have to adopt with this kind of tools, which is listening to others. Uh, but with the internet, this the feature of listening to others is became annoying, because you don't have space to listen to others a lot, and there is a millions of stories available on internet, movies, personal stories, everything. So you don't need that personal connection or social life to get stories for your survival as you were before. But the new generation who born after the internet, they know this, the change in the life. But we as a millennial, we still not manage these things. And why is related to the not being rubbish bin for others, mental rubbish bin for others, because we still have the same old fashioned eager for listening to stories, which is not applicable or useful now, is not balanced in millennial. They still want to listen to others a lot, even though they are negative and affecting their life. And I think this is why I am allowed other people. One of the reason uh, that just share always their bad emotions and negative emotions, sheds life with me, and not good quality one, or not positive experience, which is really sad. But I think it's important to realize that. I think I would say it's three-way or three solution I can give to these problems. People are dealing with this kind of people that uh, that they are just sharing these bad emotions and information with them. Uh, One is realizing the problem, and in your like environment, you're realizing if you are that person that allow these people to share this stuff with you. If there is a problem, if there are people around you, do that. And if they are opposite, you have to appreciate that. But if that kind of people, the people that do treat you as an emotional or mental rubbish bin, you have to be monitoring them. And then second, you need to put boundaries. You need to put boundaries, how to deal with these people, and then indirect way or direct way to put boundaries for these people. And in the end, if the boundaries doesn't work, and you have to accept that some people you need to let them go, or just say that you grew up differently, because in this strange transformative life, that everything is changing, human interaction is changing, I think is really hard to continue with this kind of people because you don't have space. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but you don't have space, not in a way, in an egocentric way that I am always busy, not in that way. It's not physical busyness, but it's you use a lot of information daily on internet, which is I don't think you can avoid it. This is part of the life. And then you need to focus on quality of your social life. I don't think it's good to just isolate yourself. I'm not a fan of isolation, even though I am kind of isolated. I have friends, one, two, but not really social life. But I would say you need to focus on the quality because all people now focusing on the quality of friendship and relationship and social interaction in all level. So I think this is really important. We have to pay attention to this more. But people get overwhelmed, get burned out because of these things. I think this is one of the reason. So yeah, this was the topic I think I wanted to share with you.